we should talk about what happened the other day with the discontinued dresses.
I think so too, actually.
Yeah, because I was like floored by this.
30 of our gowns got discontinued.
Well, 40 total.
40 total.
Because of other designers, but 30 from one core designer. And I had my sign was outside on the sidewalk, and it says, well, I'll read it. It says, big girls only come in 3 sizes. It says, gorgeous, stunning, and sexy. Great. The guy reads it out loud and then says, great, now I guess we're glorifying obesity.
I think it's hard because everyone is going to judge in life.
Yeah,
you're going to judge
but
the
not
people
like
around
that.
you.
Like, I wouldn't judge you because of not the way that those men did. You can't just walk down the block and be like, they're glorifying obesity. Like, I would never say that
anyone besides
of course,
him and
like,
his partner
would
heard
hear.
it.
Of course. Well, I'm not really. Well, maybe I am. You know what? Him.
Oh God. If I'm not receiving physical touch, which is hard in a long distance relationship too, because when I'm not receiving that physical touch, I start to get anxious and I'm like, what's going on? Is there something going on in our relationship?
Sometimes it's just really hard to, so I'm wondering if I'm sure more people have the same thing where they have like these crazy schedules and stuff.
I'm sure. And it definitely takes a huge toll on the relationship, and I'm sure 100%. A lot of people can relate. We're all battling our own things, and if you're not having that same battle, you should not be having any comments. I think there's a lot of pressure now with social media too.
Of course.
So we're constantly like feeling that judgment on ourselves.
Yeah.
And then I think we project that onto everyone else.
Yeah. You see my backyard.
I have.
It's like a vacation.
Can I move in?
You can. You can live in the shed.
Justin can stay in the apartment with the cat. I'm gonna come in.
We'll make you a she shed in the backyard.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
our goal is to be celebs one day.
Yeah, we'll be celebs. I'll be really old by then, like in my 80s.
God, no. No.
I hope not.
No, that's too late.
That's too late. I think this was an amazing podcast.
So deep.
It was so deep.
It started very chaotic, and
like with the popping
giggling.
of the poppy. And then we got into this very deep conversation.
It's like our therapy section.
It really is. Our section. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of
Brides, Booze, and Boobs.
I got the boobs today. We got no booze, though.
I got the drank.
The drink. I got some tea.
It's not booze, but it's a drink.
That's good. I got tea.
Today we're asking to be sponsored by Poppy.
And my tea bags.
We're requesting it.
Did you see my face? I was like...
Yeah.
We tried this one time with, who was it? Panera? Mm-hmm. Because I was drinking the mango smoothie.
We haven't
we don't have any sponsors yet.
Callbacks.
I don't understand why. We have so many viewers.
Actually, I love it when our customers come in and they're like, oh my God, I listened to your podcast.
I know, that is nice.
It's so sweet.
And I go like this, oh God. Or they say like, oh, I watch you guys on Instagram, or I follow you on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Like the mom that came in yesterday.
Yeah.
She walked the door. God. She's like, I feel like I'm seeing a celebrity. I'm like, oh God. It's so like weird.
I know, because you don't see yourself as
no,
that.
Not even like a little bit.
But other people do, because, you're an
don't get me wrong, I'll take
presence.
it. I'll take it. Yeah,
our goal is to be celebs one day.
Yeah, we'll be celebs. I'll be really old by then, like in my 80s.
God, no.
I hope not.
No, that's too late.
That's too late.
In the next 10 years, I think.
Yeah. So what are you talking about today?
I don't know. I'm kidding.
I think we should talk about what happened the other day with the discontinued dresses.
I think so too, actually.
Yeah, because I was like floored by this. So... we should talk about that a little bit. So if anyone doesn't know.
30 of our gowns got discontinued.
Well, 40 total.
40 total.
Because of other designers, but 30 from one core designer. And that's like one of our...
A core designer. My favorite dresses.
Some of our favorite dresses. Some of the brides' favorite dresses.
What am I going to do?
Like, I don't know. It's going to be a crazy
Now I'm like,
hectic.
I want to buy another dress just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
What's a fourth?
You're going to be in a magazine. Oh my God, we should write about it.
I just really love that dress. It's my all-time favorite dress. Everyone loves it because I swear by it. It has the best corset in it.
The ball gown
ever.
one?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good dress.
I'm actually really devastated about it.
I mean, listen, it's good for the girls that have already bought the dress. But I feel like these were some of the dresses I'm like, okay, I got it. Like they didn't really move that well, or not a lot of girls picked them. And I was like,
but
okay.
They chose best
sellers.
sellers.
But like, wow. like dresses that we've sold like so many
They're
times,
not
or like
going out
that
of
are
style.
everybody's favorites, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, holy crap. So
I know.
and it's impossible for us to like call all the girls that have this dress in their favorites. So
Yeah, some of the more simpler ones
yeah,
too.
hopefully if you were here recently, that one you didn't purchase yet, those dresses, because we only have this month and then that's it, they're out.
I know. It's so sad.
Yeah,
I'm
this does
losing
happen,
sleep over
though.
it.
I haven't had this many at one time from one designer. Like, this was like a lot. And I mean, we have a lot of that designer anyway. We're not saying the designer, just in case. We don't want people
I
to
just
go
have
into,
to
like,
say
mass panic.
it's my top two dresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I pull it for almost everybody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If they say like two key things,
It's a solid style.
Yeah, if they say
Yeah.
two key things, like they want support, or they just, I don't know. It's really sad. If they like tulle, I'm pulling it. So I'm like, it's just such a good dress, both of them, for most brides, and I'm just sad to see them go. I'm gonna have a mourning ceremony about it.
You're gonna have a mourning ceremony? should we say a few words and condolences?
Yes.
If you want to send flowers, we're at 53 Main Street in Sayville. Please send fruit baskets.
Yes.
We take edible arrangements.
Our favorites
We're all
are
here
bananas.
The chocolate covered bananas.
Ooh, and chocolate covered strawberries.
I don't like chocolate covered anything.
What?
I don't really love chocolate. Yeah, I know it's weird. I don't really love chocolate.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're not friends.
Stop it. We're not friends. No, seriously. I do. So, like, the fruit, like, you know how, like, they have, like, the pineapple with the chocolate on it?
Yeah.
I'll take all the chocolate off and then leave and eat the pineapple.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, I just,
I'm
like,
the opposite. So actually,
what do you eat the chocolate, not the fruit?
Yeah. So
That's terrible.
this might be great for us then. You take the pineapple.
Yeah.
I'll take the chocolate.
Perfect.
Great.
We're a match made then.
Yes.
I love it. Oh my god, I almost dropped the pumpkin.
I love how you're like, I love the pumpkins over there, and you're blocking them.
Well, I meant the
and now
spot.
they're gone.
Now they're gone. The pumpkins are. We're done with pumpkins, by the way. Fall is
Oh my
over.
God. Well,
Happy
it feels like summer.
Friggin' holiday.
Happy summer, because it's hot as hell
Oh, it's
out.
75 degrees outside.
And here I am
today.
wearing a turtleneck.
What's the
what's
real
wrong
feel?
with me?
I mean,
Why
I
am I
thought I would
wearing-
wear this shirt because it would keep me cool because my boobs are literally about to pop out. So
I don't
it's
know.
good for ratings, though, I think. Maybe not with the girls, but
It's like my fall wardrobe is out, but fall's not here.
yeah, there's no.
It's summer.
Yeah.
I'm not liking it. Justin's very happy about it. He really likes
Yeah,
it.
Paul probably likes it too. Although I have,
But-
so this is really funny. So, you know, like, Paul's like, oh, I'm going to air out the house. He keeps airing out the house, like, you know, opening the doors and the windows and stuff when it's the hottest day of the fall. And I'm like, it's muggy in here.
Yeah.
Like, there's not like a breeze, like a cross breeze or anything
Yeah.
happening. So he's like, well, I'm airing it out. I'm like, you're not airing out anything. It just smells like stale
Muggy, yeah.
grossness at this
Yeah.
point. Like, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't
like
know
you
why he
can't
keeps
take a
doing
nice
that.
deep breath of fresh air.
No.
It's like, ugh.
I'm like, it's hot. Turn the freaking
I feel
AC
like we're
on.
in Florida.
We didn't turn our AC off yet.
So I refuse to
hot.
turn my AC back on.
Why?
I don't know, because
You're
it's
one
just
of
like
those people,
I
stop.
turned it off. I'm done with it.
Stop it.
So here's my problem. I live in a basement apartment, if you guys don't know. And in this apartment, we have one little AC unit. It's
Okay.
tiny. It's teeny tiny.
Does it do? It does the whole place.
It does, but it has to be on forever in order to cool it down. And I've noticed over the course of the summer that I'm getting these like spores on like above on the ceiling where the AC comes, like the cold air comes out.
Probably.
And I'm like, is that mold? Probably. So I'm like
yeah.
refusing to turn it on again. I want like, and I told our landlord, I'm like, just take the AC unit completely out.
What are you gonna do in the summer?
Get a new one.
Oh, all right.
Or I don't know, because the window is so high to the ceiling that I think anything that goes there is gonna
Probably.
create mold.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story: I want a new house.
We know. We've been
I want to
looking.
move.
Because I like looking for real estate just for fun.
I don't think
know
we
that
can-
sounds bizarre.
I don't think we can do anything until
No. Yeah.
or after our wedding.
Yeah.
But
But it's okay to start looking and get an idea of what you're.
then I'll see something I really like.
I know, but it's okay because depending on where it is.
Well,
and the
we say
price
we've
and
been
stuff.
looking. We've been looking at $1 million homes.
Well, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're not looking at anything that's like
We
really
aren't
in
actively
the.
looking
And
in my
I feel like if
price
I'm gonna
range.
find something and be like, oh, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Although I really love my house.
If you move,
you're taking my
I'm
house. I
taking
know.
your house.
Yeah, you might have to
Hands
fight Gianna
down,
for it.
I will.
I will. Poor Gianna.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good house.
It is.
I do like my house.
It's my dream house, actually.
It's basically like because we did everything to it ourselves. Like
Yeah.
it didn't look anything.
So, I mean, that's a good goal for me, though, too. Get a fixer-upper and make it how I want it.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've been in our house it's 10 years this year. So in October it was 10 years and we're pretty much done. So in 10 years it took us we did the kitchen, both bathrooms. Well, we did an extension upstairs so that added my bathroom. The extension. We did the backyard. Did I say that?
I don't know.
I don't know. We did floors up downstairs in the kitchen.
It took how many years?
10 years.
Damn.
10 years to do. Every year we did something little. So like when we first moved in, we did we ripped the carpet off the steps and then we refinished the stairs and then and then we painted when we did everything the first couple of years to make it livable.
Yeah.
Painted, made it where we could be okay, we're fine here. I even painted the kitchen cabinets because I was they're ugly, we can't afford to redo our kitchen, but I'm gonna make them look livable. And that's what we did. So it was little things, and then every year after that, probably at the 5 or 6 year mark, we started to do a big thing. We did the main bathroom upstairs because it was ugh. So we did that, and then we did the kitchen, then we did we ripped up the den and redid that. We took walls down. So every year we would do a little something, not to break the bank, but enough to be
Yeah.
Yeah. The three biggest things was the kitchen. That was first, then the backyard, and then this year we did the bedroom. And the backyard got done during COVID, and that was crazy.
That must have been good, though, right? Because you were home.
Well, that was one of the big reasons why we did the backyard, because we were what's gonna happen? Are we gonna be able to ever go on vacation again? Everything was so
you turned
unsure.
your backyard into a vacation
Yeah,
spot.
I was this is where we're gonna be, so we're gonna make this this is gonna be our vacation.
Wow.
So yeah, and you see my backyard.
I have.
It's like a vacation.
Can I move in?
You can. You
All
can live in the shed.
Justin can stay in the apartment with
That's
the cats.
fine.
I'm gonna come in.
We'll make you a she shed in the backyard.
Okay, cool.
I'm here for it. I'll have a pal. I'll be knocking on the window.
At all hours.
Yeah, I know. Are you asleep?
Well,
when I text
work.
you, are you asleep? Are you sleeping?
I can't.
I just assume that you're just not going to answer if you are. So
well, that's usually
Well, yeah.
Wow.
So.
And then this morning I woke up and I was like, did I ever answer Curinne last night? Because I was kind of busy.
Did I text you?
You did.
What did I say?
I mean, do you want me to say it right here, right now?
Oh, no. I don't remember what it was, so no.
And I answered you, but you never answered me back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Did I fall asleep, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm going to look. Hold
Maybe
on,
it was
please.
late. I was making dinner when you texted me originally, so I never got to it.
I don't remember. Wait, what time was this?
I'll tell you, I said, oh God, for how long?
Wait.
Find that sentence.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, okay. And I did not see that, by the way.
You didn't?
So yesterday, Paul said to me, he goes, why are you not answering my text? I'm like, it didn't tell me that you texted me. And then
I wasn't getting Justin's text message notifications
that was that's
either.
weird. So maybe it was something with the... I didn't even
What
see
service do you have? What provider?
AT&T.
Me too!
Shut your face.
Wow. That's
Wow.
it. I've never...
We're sisters from another mister. Actually, our fathers are the same. So
They
it's
are.
fine.
I actually have never heard anyone else on the island having AT&T.
Really?
Everyone has Verizon down here because it's like the cool thing.
No, we
But
have-
when
we
I
all
go,
have AT&T.
so when I was upstate,
Yes.
what's it called? So AT&T works better upstate.
Okay.
So at my house, AT&T was it. And then now when Justin and I take trips upstate, I always have service and he never does. But when I'm on the island, a lot of the time I won't have service and he always does.
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I don't know. It's weird.
That is weird. I like those earrings.
Thank you. I'm feeling very...
I'm like, where did you get those?
So my friend that I haven't really hung out with since high school is coming down tomorrow. She's the wedding I went to this summer.
Oh, right. And you're super excited to hang out.
I'm so excited.
I know you didn't want to do your laundry because you were going to be busy hanging.
Well, yeah, because I can't do my laundry when my high school friend who I haven't seen since high school
that'd
is
be
coming
weird.
down.
Maybe she could help you fold.
No,
No.
I'll pass. I'll save her the misery.
Sure. It could be a fun time.
So I was up really late last night doing laundry, folded it this morning, woke up early, still managed to be late today, and still managed to not do my hair, so I'm wearing this
technically
pony.
you're early, so you're always on time.
Yeah. And then I texted you, I was like, I'm late, but I'm still technically early.
She's still early by a half hour, but to her that's late.
It's late for me, because 10
she
o'clock
gets
is
here like an hour before her shift.
Yeah.
So wait, before I keep forgetting this, I want to talk about what happened last weekend with the sign, because you weren't here.
I wasn't here. Tell me what happened.
So
you did tell me what happened.
I did. I briefly told you what happened, and we were talking about it yesterday with Tamara. So it's probably better that I'm talking about it now, because I feel like I have a clearer head.
You weren't as heated.
Right. But that day, I literally almost opened the door and was like, what the actual F? I know we can say the word, but still.
Beep, beep.
Danielle has to start bleeping us because it's funny. Okay. So last Sunday, it was the day after the fall festival. I think it was after.
So for the people who don't know what the fall festival is.
Oh yeah. So they closed down the roads in Sayville, and everyone comes down like with their kids, and they do like a Halloween parade, and the kids go trick-or-treating, and they have vendors in the street. It's like really nice. They have music. There was like a petting zoo, which we sponsored. There were pony. I just had to throw those.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I didn't know about this.
Oh yeah, we sponsored.
I wasn't here. I was at a Halloween.
I always like to sponsor
contest.
something, especially when it's like these fall festival things, because I just think it's important to give back. And kids love, like, who doesn't love petting zoos? That's adorable.
Yeah.
So one of those little mobile ones, and then there was like pony rides, and they had what else did they have? They had like the pretzel guy was here. Like there was all these like different vendors. Like it was nice. Well, you were upstate, so that's nice too.
I was in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Wrong.
Pennsylvania. Sorry, my bad. So it was a really good day. Okay, so fast forward. After the festival's over, I am at the window, and I'm like, okay, let me take down, the fall festival schedule and stuff like that, because it's all taped to the window. So I walk over there, and I'm starting to take it down, and these two gentlemen passed, and they were clearly together because they were holding hands, and I had my sign was outside on the sidewalk, and it says, well, I'll read it. It says, big girls only come in 3 sizes, and it says gorgeous, stunning, and sexy. Great. The guy reads it out loud and then says, he says something like, great, now I guess we're glorifying obesity. And I have to tell you, I'm not going to lie, my initial reaction was, you're joking, right? Like, everybody that doesn't want to be judged judges everybody. Yeah. And I just think that's so comical.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why would you say something like that? Like, if that was vice versa, and I walked outside and said something about, I don't really care, by the way. I don't care who you marry. I don't care who you love. I'm all for to have, all sorts of friends. I don't care if you marry an animal. Like, I could literally give a shit less what anybody else does. But in this circumstance, I was upset because I was like, if I came outside and I said, oh my God, you're glorifying
same-sex marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Who does that?
Oh my God, there'd be riots down the
that's
street.
What I'm saying.
But you're allowed to say, oh, so we're glorifying obesity.
I'm fat. Get over it. And you know what? Not for nothing. I have to tell you, they weren't even that good looking. So I'd rather be fat and a good person than be an ugly fuck and be a nasty, judgy person. I was really upset. Like, really, really upset. Oh, coppers.
Since when?
I don't know.
This is the second
boys
time.
in blue.
Uh-oh, we have to start watching our parking around here now.
They don't even check it. They could care less. So, I was just like, wow. And it's
really disgusting.
Weekend, that's all I was thinking about all weekend. Like, I know we've talked about this before, like the things that like people say when they're in front of the store and like, and
or in the store.
But like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm like, who says that? I'm literally standing right there. I wanted to open the door.
Well, they probably didn't realize
that
I
know they didn't know I was standing there.
Yeah.
But even still, I'm very boobalicious. But even still, like, I was just like, you're standing in front of the store.
I come from a family who is probably exactly like them.
Right.
So, like, my dads are they're gay, and they're also, like, very flamboyant gay men. Like, they're ready.
So they don't like when they're...
Yeah, no, they're willing and able to judge everybody else around them.
Okay.
Everybody else. But I don't know. I think it's just how some people are. And
I don't know what these guys, like, I don't know if they were into fitness. I mean, obviously, because why would you say that then?
Not necessarily.
Because, like, it never
really
dawns
fit?
on me.
Were they like...
I didn't, honestly, I really didn't look at them that much. I just saw their faces and...
If I'm being totally honest, I feel like that's a comment I would hear from one of my dads. Walking past the store like this. Or it would be worse.
Well, yeah.
So, I don't know. It's really disgusting, but this is just how some people are. Like, I know they would never say it to your face, though. If they knew you were standing right there, they would have never opened their mouths. Well, that's why I said to you, I mean, with all due respect, I was like, what did your dad have to say? But he's not going to say it to you. He would, but he hasn't said anything.
Well, that's good.
Because he knows you're, like, the best boss ever. And he knows I don't say anything when it comes to me, but if he said something about you, I would be like, you need to shut the
Oh my god.
Don't come at Curinne like that. I would Hulk out.
Someone has my back in this world.
No, I would Hulk out. That's like, he knows too. Like, if
leave her and her fat ass alone. She's beautiful.
That's why, like, same thing with Justin. He knows he can't say anything about Justin to me because I go ballistic.
I'm really trying to fix myself.
But he could say anything to me about me, and I'm just like, I take it for whatever reason. Yeah. But don't come at the people I care about.
Right. Yeah. Because then you're like,
because you have no leg to stand on there.
Yeah. I was just so. I don't know. It just really bothered me. And the whole day, I literally walked away from that door being like, like, what the hell? Who says that? Mm-hmm. Like, it was just crazy to me. So, you know, I went home. I sat in my driveway. I'm not going to lie. I made like a little Instagram, TikTok. What's happening?
I just burped.
Oh, really? I didn't hear it. So you're good.
I'm sorry. And it, like, you know, like, I can't drink carbonated stuff.
Oh, I can't drink carbonated
stuff. So I was just like, coming back up on me.
I'm like, hello, blah.
That's literally what just happened.
Yeah, no, I can't do it either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to have my...
It's okay.
Flatulence.
Wait, is that burps too?
No, I don't know.
think so. Wait, did you gas it up?
No, I didn't.
Good, gas bubbles.
I like don't feel like myself today. I'm like high.
Your eyes are all glassy.
Well, I burped.
Oh. Is that what happens when you burp?
I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I think I'm just delirious.
I was like, are you delirious? Well, yeah. That's another thing we can talk about. Not sleeping, and it's because I'm getting older, and I guess perimenopause.
Then why am I? Why am I not sleeping?
That's just an 8. I feel it's just workload.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. I am literally over this shit. This perimenopause, whatever the hell you call it, premenopause, before the big boom happens. I don't know what's going on.
The big boom?
The big boom is you losing.
Oh.
I'm over it.
Is there something I don't know about yet?
No. I guess the headaches, the whole thing.
I have to say,
your body changes. I am just like, can we just? How? It's 2022. We can't come up with something.
Do you go through that?
What? In your 40s. I'm going into my...
Because my mom was like mid-50s.
I'm in my mid-40s. It depends on when your mother went through it. So
I'm going to go through it in my mid-50s, you're
probably,
telling me?
Yeah, you're probably... Well, it's normal, though,
but my mom also has PCOS and didn't get her period until she was 18. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it,
When did you get your period?
12.
12?
Yeah, how old were you?
Like 13.
Oh.
That's normal.
Same thing. It's a 1 year apart. I actually was a late bloomer for my age too. Everyone in Staten Island, everyone was like, "Oh my god, I got my period. Can we have a tampon? Do you have tampons on you?" And it was like the cool thing to have your period.
Wow.
But did you not go through the same thing I did? No. And then I was like, "Oh my god, where is my period?"
Were you living upstate at this point or
no,
down?
Staten Island.
Was that? I don't remember.
I went to.
I mean, we talked about it.
I went to.
I don't remember if anyone from my school that I was friends with watches this because I have the worst memory ever. Someone tell me because I don't remember doing this.
I was in Staten Island. When I was in middle school, there were pregnant girls around me, and
no,
I'm
none of
not
my friends
even
were
kidding
pregnant.
you.
I told you that my mom's thing was like
waddle down the hallway.
Waddle,
because they were pregnant.
Well, because yeah.
And I'm like,
it's the cutest wobble though.
That's a thing.
It really
not
is.
When you're 12.
Well, no. 12. That's
no. I feel
it can be 12.
So I feel like they were the ones that like got left behind a couple of grades.
Oh, okay.
But still, they were still too young. Like 14,
Well, yeah.
maybe. I
Yeah.
was 12. No, I was like 11, 12, and I'm watching these
young.
other young girls. And I went to a school that had thousands of kids.
Yeah.
So it was like one or two out of like the many thousands.
Yeah.
But still, as a young girl, I was like, that's never happening
I'm
to
sure
me.
girls in my grade had babies, but honestly, I don't really remember, but I'm sure there were. Because now looking back, there's girls that are my age that their kids are... Yeah, but even still, I feel like we're going to be 25. So I don't really know. I don't really know. There may have been one or two, but I don't really remember.
Yeah.
Regardless, I feel like a lot of people that I graduated with have kids my daughter's age, Gianna's age. So I guess like everyone had babies at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I guess like that late 20s.
A lot of so all of Justin's friends are now having babies.
Yeah,
and they're all late 20s.
Yeah, they're in their late 20s.
But Justin knows he's gonna be 38 when we're having babies.
38, if that. That's old.
For him, not really.
Paul's 40.
Wait, did I
tomorrow's
tell
Paul's
you?
birthday.
Oh,
What?
it is. Wait,
Yeah.
did I tell you when I was in Pennsylvania for this costume contest?
I lost my pillow.
One of the guys there was lecturing me on the best time you're primed to have babies is 25. And I was like, well, too late for me then. Guess I could kiss that dream
I don't
goodbye.
think that... This is another thing. Like, I don't think that Is he a doctor?
No. He's just trying to have a baby now with his wife, who they're not 25, mind you.
I just feel like nowadays more and more women or couples are having babies later in life. Like they want to get their career started. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I know people in their 40s that are still having babies.
Yeah.
My age that just had babies.
He was like, well, you might struggle if you wait. I'm like, I'm only 25 now. So this is my prime now.
You're not going to struggle. You'll be fine.
Okay. And if I do, then maybe it's not meant to happen for me. And that's okay. I'm at ease with it. I'm at peace. So Paul's birthday is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You can't come into work.
Well, Paul is working tomorrow.
That's a sin.
Well, Paul's always working.
I also always work on my birthday. So
yeah, I mean, we're not 12. You know what I mean? Like, you could go to work. So,
yeah.
we don't really...
Birthday. You should, if there's one day to pamper yourself.
I mean, we don't really
selfish.
do anything crazy, like, for his birthday. Like, it's like, he'll sleep in, and then he'll go to work. But, like, we don't... Maybe we'll go to the diner or something. But I don't know. And then Gianna has to work late tomorrow, so...
Are you doing a surprise party?
I don't know. He doesn't watch this, so it doesn't matter.
He really doesn't.
I would really love to do like a surprise dinner for him. And then I was like, oh, should I just do it tomorrow and just keep it small? And then I was like, you know what? I don't know.
Take him to Topgolf. Does he like that? Although, would Gianna get upset because wasn't she supposed to go?
So we'll have to do that a different day.
You have to save it now for her birthday.
That's August.
Next year.
Oh, jeez. Oof.
Oh. You look like Papa Smurf with the hat and the beard.
There's a lot of characters that walk around, but we don't judge them. We're not. Well, we judged him, but not like that. We just, and she said that, not me. But
am I the asshole?
We need to do that again.
You want me to now?
First of all, yes and no. We do need to do that, but we need like shorter ones. Like
I don't think they come shorter.
Why?
Because it's a long story. You need background.
Okay, well, can we like highlight like the good?
Can that be the thumbnail? Wait,
no.
Wait. Do it.
Boo. I would like that.
That's perfect.
What were we saying? I forgot. Oh, the asshole thing. So I want to do them. Mm-hmm. They were good. I liked them.
Yeah.
But like we need to highlight like the good points. And here comes the FedEx guy. Our old FedEx guy was such a character that I'm so used to him.
He always talks. I know all about his life. He went on like 1 million trips this summer with his wife. They took a trip to Mexico. No, I don't think so.
Really?
I'm going to ask next time.
You should ask.
I'm going to be like, hey, pick up this package, but also, do you have kids?
He's going to be like, are you kidding on me?
He definitely is.
Definitely.
He's just so nice. He's always been very friendly to me. And everyone has always given him a bad rep. And
who?
You're like, I don't like this guy.
I didn't say I didn't like him. What if he watches this?
I doubt it.
No, I didn't say I didn't like him. I said he's
So I
very
always
quiet.
felt like his advocate.
Yeah, you do advocate.
I'm like, he's so nice. All you
know
have to do
what?
is give him a chance.
Maybe we are judgy. I just don't judge like that. The way that those people did. Going back to that, like it's one thing to. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess we don't. None of us live a sinless life.
I think it's hard because everyone is going to judge in life.
Yeah,
you're going to judge
but
the
not
people
like
around
that.
you.
Like I wouldn't judge you because of not the way that those men did.
Yeah.
I just.
But
think
I don't.
that's wrong.
So he wasn't. Okay. I'm not like
you're gonna play devil's advocate.
Yes,
that's okay.
So because I'm seeing it as like my dad's, I grew up around this, and it's always like they would never say something mean or hurtful to someone's face to make them like, you know, or never say something to like specifically hurt someone. Okay. But when you're in the comfort of your own home, or you and I are like in the comfort of each other, we can say things like.
But these two were well. The one guy didn't say anything, as far as I know. I'm sure he rebutted. But they weren't. They were in front of the store. Yeah. So it's one thing to say it at home.
Yeah. But we're technically judging on a podcast where other people are listening too. Well, maybe what? I am.
I'm not judging the fact that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Say what you mean. Mean what you say.
So I'm saying like we're judging like that guy.
Not
in a mean way.
I'm not judging him.
But I'm just saying people.
I'm judging him because he. Well, I'm not really. Well, maybe I am. You know what? Him.
Oh God! What?
Cut that out. Maybe don't. I don't know. See if it goes.
It's a difficult conversation, though.
It's not right. I don't care what anybody says. That's not right.
It's not right, but I'm saying it does happen. Difficult conversation to have because I think in nature and for us as humans, we're like born to judge other people. And it's not right. And I think by judging other people, it shows our own personal insecurities coming out. Okay. In my personal opinion. So maybe he's been raised his whole life to be like, obesity this, obesity that.
Which is fine.
And then he sees it in the world.
But like what my point though with that is that I just feel like you can't just walk down the block and be like, they're glorifying obesity. Like I would never say that
anyone besides him and his partner
would hear. Of course,
the difference is like that. Okay, whatever. What you say between you and your partner, or like,
right.
Unfortunately, collateral damage of us and everyone else having to hear the hurtful words that come out of your mouth.
Right.
The difference is when we have people who physically come into the store and say to us,
"Oh yes,
hurtful things," that's because ridiculous. That is just like you have there's no defending that at all. It's totally unacceptable. Yeah. And this was disgusting, but I think like he never just because I know from my own dad's like perspective is that they say hurtful things because I know it's their own personal insecurities.
Right, which we talked about last time too, and I said that too. Like they project things onto
not thinking anyone else hears them. And I was raised in an environment like that. But I also was raised by my mother who taught me right from wrong in that department too. So maybe I'm a little bit more tolerant to it because I've heard it and just dismissed it my whole life.
Maybe.
But I think that people are just born to judge. Like everyone judges.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about each other.
I was just more upset because I was just like, Jesus, if I was standing outside and they walked down the street holding hands, it would never even dawn on me to say, you're glorifying gay men. Like I would just never do it.
I would be more inclined to have a conversation with them and like discuss different points of views, you know, of like, but you know, you can't really say stuff like that because some people can't help it.
That's true.
You know, some people have certain things, like my mother has PCOS. People have certain things that stop them from being able to lose weight.
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean that we're unhealthy. It means that we're all battling our own things, and if you're not having that same battle, you should not be having any comment on it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Devil's advocate here. No, I totally get it. I get it. I still don't like it.
Oh, I don't like it either. I'm not sitting here like, oh yes, whatever. But I just, I feel like
it just brought, I think for me, it just brought up like a whole thing where I'm just like, so many people that don't want to be judged, judge everybody. And that was what bothered me the most. Because I was like,
1,000%. But again, it goes back to
your opinion.
Again, I think it goes back to your own personal insecurity. Like they're constantly judged by everyone else. So their initial instinct is probably to judge everyone else too, because they're constantly getting that. So
thank you,
I
Oprah.
think I think if you called him out and said something about it, then he would have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like,
yeah. Or he would have gave me the finger.
He could have.
He could have been like, up yours, you fat ass. Like, he could have said that.
I'm just trying to put myself in, like, my dad's shoes of, like, okay, I get it. You know, people are bound to judge, but is it right? No. And I think anyone can admit, like, it's not right, but here we are. It's instinct.
Yeah.
We're always looking and comparing ourselves to other people.
That's
when
true.
that comes to weight, the way we look whenever we look in the mirrors. So, yes, we're always constantly comparing ourselves. And I think there's a lot of pressure now with social media, too.
Of course.
So, we're constantly, like,
it's
feeling that judgment on ourselves.
Yeah.
And then I think we project that onto everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking social media.
Social media sucks. I actually deleted Facebook the other day.
You did?
Only for a couple days, just because it was like giving me a lot of anxiety going on. And then I created.
I don't really go on Facebook
I created a personal like Instagram account where I'm not accepting any followers, and I'm just like, it's like a personal journal for myself.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just like, it's private, so no one can see it. It's for me, but like, it's still on social media, and I only follow empowering, like, other followers or other people,
other influencers that like
people who are on the same journey I am, dealing with the same things I'm dealing with.
Nice.
And then it's like a personal, like, so I don't really browse my social media
now
anymore.
I'm wondering if your mood changes, will your Instagram, the people you follow, change? Like, let's say for like a couple of days you're in like a not so great place, will you start to...
I don't get follow happy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, neither do I.
I just kind of, it's all in the same genre. It's all about like health and wellness, mental health, like doing things for yourself.
Well, I'm saying then you can kind of like see how like for anybody, like you can kind of see, like I know even for like my Instagram, like if I'm on like a good, like a high, I'll get like all these like empowering quotes, and I don't know if it's happening on purpose or like what's happening. And you know how like TikTok does the same thing, like if it goes by like what you are interested in at the time, and then it kind of like goes in waves. And then sometimes when I'm like feeling like the world is just knocking me down this week, and I think that everyone has that. I think honestly, how you're not human if you don't have these ups and downs.
Oh my God, yeah.
A lot of times, I'm sure people follow my Instagram. Well, some people do, not everybody.
I love your Instagram.
My quotes, not always for me, by the way. Like, I'm like, oh, this is so for this person that I know they're going through something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they're not just because I have a lot of people around me, and I'm just like, this would be perfect for them. But, you know, you don't want to tag them and blow up their spot, so just put it up there and be like, oh, did you... And they know, whoever it is.
Interesting. Have you ever put up something for me?
Maybe.
Oh, I have to go
tag
back.
you usually, because it's usually something funny.
Like Alex.
Oh. Man loves butts, period. Alex. And the hum-hums.
I love him.
Still can't remember what that
I
meant.
love him and I hate him. I'm just kidding. I don't hate him.
I don't hate him. I love Alex. He's kind of like,
he just
if anyone
comes in
doesn't know,
and
he's like a...
tries to barter with me. And I'm like, get out.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's an older Greek
hysterical.
gentleman. He's quite the character. And we work with him doing some things. But honestly, I keep him around for comedic purposes.
Relief. Oh my God, he was
when
here
he comes in, we
last
do
week.
have a good time, and it's funny, and he's a character.
Like that video
he wants
you
me to
took
be
of
his
us.
sugar bet. He wants to be your stripper. I'm gonna be.
Oh
his
my
sugar
God,
baby.
yeah. He tells me, he's like,
I'm
when
like,
are we
probably
going
have
to
more money than you
Vegas?
do.
He goes, when are we going to Vegas? I'm gonna come and I'm gonna be your stripper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you? And he goes,
So
I have
funny.
a 6-pack. Maybe it's a 2-pack. Who knows what the day will bring?
You know what's really funny? Every time someone comes in, I have to like warn like the new people. I'm like, I have to. And then when he walks in, I go, don't touch them.
Don't touch them. I know,
because he's very huggy.
He always grazes my face, and I'm like, get off of me.
Yeah, he's very, and and it could come across like a little.
Hand.
Yeah, he was like, I'm like, let go of her. Which is probably wrong, and I know, and a lot of people would not agree with that.
I don't know.
He's an older man.
I accept it.
I think you have to be a certain type of person, and you know where it's coming from. Someone that wouldn't know would be like, what's going on right now? And he's
the first
doing
time he
it
came in. I texted you and I was like, am I going to get murdered?
And I was like, no, you're fine.
You were like, no, that's Alex.
So this morning, I was coming to work and well, I left early today because I was early.
You were early.
So I was.
I was late.
So,
you were early.
yeah.
We met here at the same time.
Here. Oh, you just got here when I got?
No.
Oh.
I was like 10 minutes later than you.
So he's like, Zeppelin is our dog. He's a sheepadoodle. So Zeppelin had to go to the vet this morning, and Paul wakes up at 10 to 10, and he's like, oh, I forgot I have to take Zeppelin to the vet. And I'm like, oh, what time is it to be there? 10. I'm like, it's like 10 minutes too. It takes like 10 minutes just to get there. You're not even dressed. So anyway, so he's rushing out the door, takes the dog. So as I'm on my way to work, I see this guy coming towards me on the road in a blue truck. And I'm like, he's driving his brother's truck this week. So I text him and I was like, I just want to let you know that I'm leaving you for another man.
What?
So he's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, I saw this guy in a blue truck driving down the road and I have to go find him. He was laughing.
Aww.
Anyway, it was really cute.
That is
but
cute.
I don't usually, we like are like ships in the night, the two of us. Like we very rarely see each other. So it's like when he gets into bed at night and I'm already upstairs because when I get home from work, I'm like a zombie, full on. Like I'm like, the kids don't even see me sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go lay down. My head's been pounding. I'm just like, I'm done. So then by the time I get to see Paul, it's either in bed. And then I get up early and he sleeps late.
Aww.
So yeah, so we don't really. So it was funny because I was like, here he goes. He's driving on the other side of the road. It's like a metaphor for our.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you because now Justin's going back to night shift in the hospital.
Aww.
So we literally are two ships passing in the night. He leaves.
And this is life, right?
He leaves for work 7 p.m., comes home 7 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m., go to the gym, go to work, and I come home around 7 p.m. So we literally go days, weeks without seeing each other. Literally
so
without even
sad.
sleeping next to him. And that's the
hard.
worst part.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of contract nursing. He's in the army, so he is gone a lot of the time. But I think it's even worse when you know he's so close and you know he was home all day.
Right.
But you still don't get to see him.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's worse than just knowing, okay, he's gone. He's
Yes.
doing
his
thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I don't even get to like see you at night.
It's very hard when you have these types of relationships where you work different hours. Like being in retail, I don't get those like office hours like Paul does. Like on the weekends he'll work, but he's really just working because I'm working. But then he's able to do things around the house. Like, and even the kids, like they don't have school on the weekends where I work all weekend. Gianna works, so she's in retail, but it's really hard when you have this type of job. That's why sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bitter.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
About the job?
The
nature of the job?
The nature of the job. Sometimes I feel like you're underappreciated and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, obviously this is what I choose to do. Like I own the business. But I get like, you see all these families like having, even here, like they're having great time, or I watch like Instagram and I see everyone like going pumpkin picking and I'm like, we didn't really even get to do that stuff this year. So it makes me like a little, cause I can't request off.
Yeah.
So like, and I know like family parties and stuff like that. Like I see like all my cousins' kids are like getting older and they have baptisms and first birthdays and stuff like that. And right now I'm like missing everything because it's not like I could be like, hey, my family doesn't live here. They all live in like Brooklyn and Staten Island, stuff like that. So it's not like it could be like, hey, I'm going to leave for a couple hours to stop by my cousin's house and go to a party. Like when I go, it's like an all day event. Like I have to leave at like 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning just to get there for noon, be there till like for a party till 3, 4. And then you're driving. By the time I get, like the day is over.
Yeah.
So, it's hard like to see like all these families and stuff like that. And then, again, like in the shop, like you see all the people in here like having a great time and I'm like, so
can't be with my family.
it can become like very stressful. Like there are nights where I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's
the
worth
staff
it.
here also becomes your family too.
It does, yes, of course. Like
so
the staff is your family, so I don't feel like I'm alone like that.
Exactly.
Like when I'm at work, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, but the family
like,
definitely does suffer a little bit too. Like
100%,
the family department.
Yeah,
I'm pretty lucky that Justin has an off type of schedule like me. He's not like business hours. He's not Monday through Friday.
Exactly.
Because if that were the case, and that were the case at one point, and I was very miserable because I was like, I never get days off with you. That's why he just called me and he was like, just want to let you know I did happen to get off on Wednesday because we haven't had a day together since the the weekend in Pennsylvania, which is like we were surrounded by so many people, and like
Well,
we were
you're
constantly
not alone
pulled
together.
Yeah,
me
but
and
like
Paul never get alone.
We
time.
also didn't really spend much time together during that because we were talking to people we haven't seen in so long. So I was constantly being pulled to all the girls. He was constantly being pulled to all the guys. So I didn't really get time to actually spend time with him.
Yeah.
And Wednesday is the only day off before Thanksgiving. So he's not going to have any, because he's working 3 jobs right now.
Right, yeah, he doesn't have any
And he just
downtime.
was upstate all weekend. And then, we're just both so busy. So he was like, I just want to let you know I got off on Wednesday. And that's why it was such a huge deal. He's like, I just want to call you right away. You know?
I mean, like I said, it definitely takes its toll on everyone. It's hard too when it's like on the weekends. I'm like, oh, maybe I could take off this Saturday, and then you have like an alterations coming in, and you're like having that person on the phone being like, you need to be there, you need to be there, you need to be there, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like there was, and obviously nothing with like Tatiana, but there was one of the alterations, and I was going to take off. It was like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take off on that day. And then Tatiana was like, you have to be here for this alteration. I was like, I guess I have to be here then. And I was planning the kids had off, and I was planning on doing something. And I was like, I guess I'm not doing that now. And it just sucks. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Sometimes it's just really hard so I'm wondering if like, I'm sure more people have the same thing where they have like these crazy schedules and stuff. I'm sure.
And it definitely takes a huge toll on the relationship, and I'm sure 100%. A lot of people can relate. Like I feel like when Justin and I don't have date nights, or when we don't have like quality time together or not seeing each other, I end the night by like getting in bed, and I say to him, I'm like, I feel so disconnected from you because we don't have that time to talk in person. It's always via text, and it's always really quick, like quick questions, quick answers, stuff like that.
Yeah. So when you say that to him, do you feel like he reciprocates that? Because sometimes when I feel like I'm disconnected, I'm not getting the same like back. Like I'm like, do you not feel it? But you know what? Let me just say, he does feel things much differently than me.
We're different people. Yeah,
we're very different. Like what I need in a relationship is not what he needs.
I was just going to say that 1,000% because, and that's where agape comes in.
Agape.
Sponsor us. Just kidding.
I started using it with Paul.
Yeah.
He doesn't answer the questions. Sometimes.
One of the questions that recently came up was, how can you be a better partner when things get stressful?
Mine asked me the other day, me and Paul, and this is when I tell you I lost him at this one. If anyone could be president, who would you want it to be? Paul's like, who gives a shit?
You can skip questions, you know.
Well, we did, but then I don't think, oh, look, maybe he answered something. Oh. Yeah, this is it. If you could choose someone for president, who would be? I guarantee you, I'm going to answer this myself because I think it's funny. Just to see what his answer is. Let's see what he wrote. He put myself too.
You said myself?
Yeah. He goes, I feel like I have a good amount of common sense and just enough stupidity to be our president.
Good one, Paul.
Good one, Paul.
So our question was, how could you be a better partner?
Okay.
And I said that when Justin's like very stressed out, he very much just wants to be, he like excludes himself from everything, and he's just goes inward, doesn't really talk to me much, doesn't really talk to anyone much. He just plays his video games and processes on his own. For me, when I get stressed out or when I feel like we're not connected, I go to him, and I need that physical connection, physical touch, and one-on-one time. So we both acknowledged that, and he said I could be a better partner by like cuddling every night. And so I told him recently, this is something new that we just established. I told him for the last week, I've been like, I feel so disconnected from you every night when we go to bed, because then when we go to bed, I personally can't sleep cuddling, and neither can he. So we'll just go to bed, good night, quick kiss, and then face the other way and get comfortable.
I need like a couple of minutes.
So I said to him, this is a new thing we're establishing, at least 2 minutes every night we're cuddling. 2 minutes. Right. That's it. It's not much. You take 2 minutes to scroll through your, social media, your games and stuff. Right. You can take 2 minutes to cuddle with me.
Yeah. Because then you're going to roll over and go to sleep anyway.
Exactly.
And I do that when I have like, when my anxiety is a little bit higher, I will like roll over and like lay on him, and like immediately he's like, get off your hot. He goes, you're devil's pokers. I'm like, yeah, I can't. Yeah. And I don't feel like I'm hot, like meaning like my hands or whatever, but he's always hot. So leaning on him is.
Justin is too. But, that's the one compromise. I'm like, can you just give me this compromise? That way I feel like we're, you know, connected still, because
Right,
that's
right,
the only, I'm very much physical touch.
Right. Yeah, me too. Paul's not.
And that's the only way I receive love, really.
Yeah.
Other things are great. Words of affirmation, great.
I love it. He's not
all the
like
other
that.
ones, great. I'll accept them.
I still to this day cannot figure out what Paul's is. It has to be like doing things, like gift giving or doing
quality
things.
time.
Yeah. No. He doesn't
Just
want to spend
gift
time
giving
together.
then, because you did say he's a good gift giver.
He is a good gift giver. I always get the best gifts.
Yeah.
Like he's always like for Christmas and stuff like that. Like it's not like he doesn't just go to like a random store and like be like, okay. Like he puts like what does she want? Like every year he'll get me like a really nice I will say this year for my my birthday? Christmas? He got me the Louboutin bag, so I was excited about that. So that was like a big, you know, like that was cool. But he like really puts thoughts into gifts, like when he's gonna, or the flowers, or like, so you have to do
something nice for him tomorrow. For his
but
birthday.
that's not his thing though. So that's why I'm gifts? Like, I can't figure out.
So maybe that's the way he shows love, but
that's what I'm saying. That's the way he shows it, but not necessarily how he. I don't know what his love language is.
You never talked about it?
What?
I talk about it.
Do you want me to reintroduce you to my husband? Talk about it. What? Talk about it.
So I do talk about it with Justin. And I'm very like all the other ones, great, I'll accept it. But the only way, if I'm not receiving physical touch, which is hard in a long distance relationship too, because when I'm not receiving that physical touch, I start to get anxious, and I'm like, what's going on? Is there something going on in our relationship? Like,
I read this thing.
Distant?
You might be. It's called what the hell was it called? Like it's like you're love deprived. Well, you as a child you were like growing up, so then you project that as an adult onto partners, because if you're not getting exactly like if they're not talking to you, you immediately think, well, that's because that's the way I do the same thing. So it's like you immediately think, okay, I did something wrong. What's wrong in the relationship? If you're not getting like that quality time, like where. We're not talking about like when he's away, because he can't help that. Like, but when he's home.
But even when he is away, sometimes I'm kind of like, oh, he's not reaching out. Like, does he love me still? Yeah. So that actually, this feels like a therapy session. That's because I wasn't deprived from love from my mother at all, not even a little bit. So when it comes to men in my life,
but your father did.
When it comes to men in my life, women, I could go months, weeks, years not talking to someone, like my friend Hannah, who I didn't talk to since high school.
I'm like that with my friends
and I'm like
too.
Back to normal. Like, oh my god, like I don't have that separation anxiety with them. When it comes to a partner like Justin or the men in my life, I'm like, did I say something wrong?
Right.
Or did I do something wrong? Because
I've always been like that. And it's funny because I'm just now realizing it. And I think that because I've been reading more about stuff like this. Yeah. And I'm like, interesting. Although I will say I don't do it that much with Paul.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do it like I did it like years ago. Where I'd
so
be
maybe
like,
you're
what's
just
the
like,
problem?
You know,
or I will
yourself.
feel like that disconnect or whatever. But I don't know. We just have a very different, because I'm like, I don't know. I guess sometimes maybe. Sometimes I do it. Because I do I need you to.
Yeah. Well, do you know that when I was a kid and I would go to my dad's house for the weekend, I wouldn't sleep at all, because I thought if I went to sleep and woke up, he would leave. He would not be there, and I'd be alone, and I didn't have a phone to call my mom. So I got a phone very young because I told my mom that I was always scared that he was going to leave in the middle of the night, and I would wake up by myself. Did he leave you
alone by yourself one time or something? Or did you just
even when my parents were together, my dad, like even when I was an infant, my dad would, Wait, this is crazy. Yourself? This is a lot for a podcast. But yes, when I was a kid,
really,
when they were married still, he was seeing.
Oh, okay.
And so my mom would come home and I would be like dirty diaper, all this stuff going on with me. And he would be like nowhere to be found. And my mom would be like, our daughter, like, did she eat dinner? She's not in bed? Like, it's late at night. Wow. Her diaper's, like, disgusting. And then even when, like, we would go on trips to, like, Vegas or something, because my grandparents lived there, we would have a hotel room together, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night. My dad's nowhere to be found. I'm young. I'm, like, 8. maybe.
Yeah.
And that's too young, I think, to not
That's
tell
too
your
young.
daughter where you're going. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
should
young.
be able to wake up in the middle of the night and know my father's going to be
Well,
there.
especially in a strange hotel.
In a totally different state where my
Yes.
mother is
But
not.
even at home, not...
I remember there was a huge blowout
Wow.
on one of my vacations. It was a family trip to Mexico. And it was when my parents first got divorced. My mom fought in court not to have me go. And they were like, this is her father. He has every right to take her out of the country with his whole family to go on a trip. My mom was like, she thought he was going to like take me. And she would never see me again. And this was for my birthday. So we're on this vacation. And... I was with my family, but my father was nowhere to be found. I was with my cousins and everything.
Yeah.
And I started freaking out because I'm like, where is my father? Like, I just didn't know where he was. And my dad, he came out and he was like so pissed off at me that I was so scared that he had left me. He goes, we're on a cruise ship. Where the fuck could I go? I'm like 8.
Still.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was 5 turning 6. On this cruise, and I still vividly remember him flipping. He's never been so mad at me, and he was like, where could I possibly go? Meanwhile, your daughter's going through, her parents just got divorced.
Right, yeah, that's
and
why.
Like, so I have a lot of anxiety already, and
Yeah.
it wasn't being seen.
Yeah.
So I have, that's why I have a lot of, Justin can't leave in the morning without waking me up and kissing me goodbye. Because if I wake up and he's not there, I immediately panic. Like, I jump up out of bed and I look around the house.
PTSD from it.
I do.
Yeah.
And so even if he's in the bathroom, if I open my eyes and he's not right there next to me and he's supposed to be, I jump up out of bed and I search the house for him.
Really?
In the summer, sometimes he'll go sit outside and read a book.
So I will say, when I first was with Paul, like the first couple of years, I feel like it was the same thing. Like I would do, not like that. I wasn't like jumping up and looking for him, but certain things you do. I feel like as you guys start to like grow older together, you might stop because you know he's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I know that
I mean?
now, but I still to this day I need him to wake me up in the morning and kiss me
and just say
goodbye.
goodbye.
Yeah, just so, and he doesn't want
He
me to
will
do that to him.
sometimes, Paul, but he doesn't. Not all the time. He'll come over and I can feel him like give me a kiss on the cheek, and he'll say bye, I love you.
Yeah. Well,
but
Justin wouldn't do that at first because he doesn't want that. He doesn't want me to wake him up out of a deep sleep to
Paul
say
doesn't
goodbye.
want me to wake him up.
So he didn't think I would either. But the first time it happened, I was calling him profusely. I'm like, where are you? What happened? He's like, I'm at work. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I just woke up and you weren't here. And like my whole day was off after that. And I was like, please just do me a favor and give me a kiss goodbye. Like, I don't care if I'm asleep. As long as I'll be half asleep and I'll be like, goodbye, like hair a mess and everything, and I'll fall right back asleep right after. But knowing that, I can wake up and like go about my day, not having that reoccurring
I think
feeling.
you get into also too, like you get into like these routines of like doing certain things, and this is what you need. So you need like that good morning and stuff like that. And if you don't get it, or that good night or whatever it is, you do kind of fall out of, like you don't feel like yourself. Like I know,
oh my God, you
know, things happen during the course of the evening, and then sometimes I'll like at night, then I can't sleep right, and I'm like, why am I not sleeping? But I know why I'm not sleeping, because something was thrown off. And it's not like it's not a control thing. It's just it becomes routine, and when your routine gets blown up, let's say, or whatever, or goes off track, then you like lose. You're like, wait a minute, I feel so like not myself. So I get it.
And even when he's gone, that's a big problem, because sometimes he won't say goodnight, he won't text me goodnight, and he won't text me good morning. And I'm like, you have to do those things. Like that's all I need. Because I don't know. There were a lot of things that like shaped me as a person when I was a kid.
Well, we all have things that shape us as a kid, and I mean, my whole thing was just like an abandonment issues. Like everyone growing up, I used to make the joke, daddy issues. It was just like and I knew that it was a thing. So but as you get older,
and
you
it
know,
sucks
you start
though.
to...
If my mom listens to this, she would be crying, because she always tells me, she's like, I did everything I could to make sure like you felt secure and loved, and I'm like, yes,
she did, but it has absolutely nothing to do with her, because my mom was amazing growing up. I mean, honest to God, growing up, she was like my best friend. Like I told my mother everything. There were certain things that I was like, all right, let me just not, you know what I mean? But
my mom, when I lost my virginity,
she told your mom?
No, I didn't tell her. I walked in the door and she goes, you just lost it, didn't you? And
I was she know?
I was like, ew, that's weird, first of all. And I was like, I'm not talking about this with you. And she goes,
no, that I didn't talk about my mom with.
Goes, sit down. She was like, I knew it. She was like, I saw it on your face. And I was like, what?
I wonder if my mother knew.
She knew it
Mom?
immediately, and we had a full...
Tell me.
No, and then she's like my best friend. We had a full conversation in depth, and I always felt so safe and secure with her. But that's maybe why I feel so safe and secure and not insecure with other women in my life. It's
Could
just
be.
the men.
Just the men.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know, your fathers and whatever, they mold and men figures for women, and it's important to have a good relationship with your fathers and or your dads or whoever. It doesn't have to be biological, whoever you call dad. Oh goodness. But yeah, I mean, I think this was an amazing podcast.
So deep.
It was so deep.
It started very chaotic, and
like
it,
with the
like
popping
giggling.
of the poppy.
Yeah. I was very
Yeah,
like...
you were like delirious.
Yes.
And then we got into this very deep conversation.
It's like our therapy section.
It really... Our section.
Our very therapy. I'm stroking out.
Don't say that on there. It is like therapy.
Yeah.
And if you guys have comments and or going through similar things, ask us, because we're not experts, so we'll just give you whatever.
No. This is our live therapy.
This is our live therapy, but at least
I keep saying I need to see a therapist, and I'm like, Curinne?
That's what I do too. I'm like, I want to find one, and then
Curinne,
the
help
therapist
me.
is going to be like, I can't help you. You're too messed up. Please go away.
But I feel like we have a lot of the same things.
Yeah, we do.
So it's easy for
We'll
us
pair
to
up and go together. But
Okay.
do we get 2 for the price of 1?
2 for 1.
I like it. Buy 1, get 1 free.
What she's talking about, I also went through.
Same thing,
so
same thing.
give me advice too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
But all right. So yeah, I guess that's it.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Get the hell out of here. That's like the new thing now.
We
by the
started
way.
with goodbye, and now it's get the hell out.
Hell out.